Welcome to the second part of my Minecraft Let's Build. In this video I'm just gonna build the roof of the building, which I built in the previous episode where I kind of prepared the frames for the building. And in the next parts then I'm gonna build the walls, and in the fourth part the decoration. So let's start with building the roof. In the first step I'm gonna take stairs, and I'm just gonna make the regular roofs from here, from this frame to this. And I'm just gonna fast forward that for all the roof parts over here. So this one, this big one over here, with exception of this small one here, and with this one, just to save us some time. Okay, so these were the things which are pretty boring if you were to watch them fully, so this was it. And now I'm just gonna patchwork the rest of the roof. So first of all I'm gonna start with this one and start off in this row down here, and then I'm just gonna work my way up. In older versions or on Xbox you might want to place a plank here. I'm just gonna use a corner stair for this, and the same thing is gonna happen here. So we're just going to connect the roofs with one another like this, and once again down here. Then I'm gonna make an overhang for the roof of one block here. The same thing on these ones, and as you can see I'm always leaving the lower block here free, so that there's like a raise of the block. So the overhang begins on the upper positions. Same thing is gonna happen here. And then it's just a row of slabs to finish the roof, and the regular roof ending here. Okay, now in the first part I talked about the connection between the different parts. When I don't know what to build or how to build it, that I start from different positions and then just connect them to one another. The same thing is happening here, so this is why I didn't finish this in the previous, or in the fast forwarded version. So I'm just gonna go step by step a little bit closer to the final result, and just kind of test my way to the perfect position like this. No, come on. Okay, and on this side I'm just gonna go with that. Am I gonna go with that? No, I'm just gonna go one block lower like this, so we need a full block here and there. Okay, now since this roof is this roof has the raised by one block to the side and 2 blocks up, so we need to make the next section of the roof here like this, and then we're gonna fill this in and the blocks here, and that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's finish it up here. Whoops, not like that. Okay, and now for these parts of the roof, this is pretty much the easy part of the roof, and the things which make the whole house look a little bit more vivid are the elements on the lower levels. So these things make the house look more interesting. So for example, I'm just gonna add one layer of top slabs here. Just gonna go one block up like this, and maybe a stair like that. And the same thing here, since this is gonna be, as I said in the first part, this is an extension and the walls are gonna be here and there. And this is simply another thing to make the build look a little bit more complex and therefore a little bit cooler. So I'm just gonna do the same thing here. As you can see, I'm just gonna leave this block free, simply to make the roof parts separated from one another. And down here I said I want to make an archway, and I think this is gonna be fairly simple. It simply serves the purpose of yeah, stabilizing this part of the roof up here, which I'm gonna add, and that's pretty good. Let's just make it like that. Okay, and now up here the roof is gonna be a little bit like this. I'm just trying to figure out a good way of making this roof, yeah, not looking too plain and too simple, but in the same time I just want to prevent it from looking too overdone. So I'm just gonna go with a fairly simple design like this. Yep, that's good. And over here, to avoid this transition between a log and a stair, just gonna add it like this and make another section of the roof over here. And since we have an inlay here, which I was told was the correct word for this thing, I'm just gonna add these things here, and that's good enough. So this way we have a kind of archway here, we have a supportive roof here, and on top of it as well. So we have many different kinds of layers on this build, and those layers in the end make the thing look nice, in my opinion. So now I'm just gonna finish this roof off. On these positions, once again, it's an overhang of one block. Come on, don't fail. So what can I tell you about roofs? Well, as you can see, for me it's very important to connect many different kinds of roofs to one another, to have the roofs on the lower positions, also on the lower levels, and on the same time to have a complex roof on top. So I think it's no good to have either a complex roof on top, but then to use a simple roof below, but you have to have both. So that is kind of my philosophy, if you want to call it that. And what I'm doing here is simply to make all the roofs transition into one another, so that it's not one roof type is dominating, so that it's one solid roof but made out of many different parts, if you know what I mean. To be honest, I wouldn't understand what it just meant myself. But maybe you do. Maybe you are a genius and do understand this talking of nonsense. Okay, so this part of the roof is gonna be a little bit different. It's simply, I made it because of the extension down here, and to make this part of the roof look a little bit more interesting and a little bit more detailed and a little bit less plain, which goes hand in hand. And as you can see here, this kind of, yep, looks nice. Just decided. So one block, once again an overhang to the side, like this. That's pretty good. Okay, and I'm kind of struggling with making the roof endings on these two positions over here. I'm afraid if I added this one, yep, yeah, that's kind of a problem. I kind of want to use them all the time, but then again, this kind of looks too much. So I'm just gonna leave this one away. Yeah, to put emphasis on this bigger roof than to emphasize this smaller roof. And let's see, what else do we have? On this side is where I wanted to make this pre-roof here. So I'm gonna start with this layer. Then I'm gonna go around here. Not in a circular manner, but Also not in a too planned manner, so it's kind of an oval shape, I don't know. And I think I'm just gonna make this raise not too heavy, so let's make it like this. Then the next layer here. And let's just make a small third layer like that. But no, like that. Okay. Oh yeah, and on these positions we need to come up with something. So sometimes I just make it like this, so top slabs and regular slabs. Sometimes I take stairs and make a corner stair like this, and then the same thing over here. So this is a little to cover up more space of the walls. Or another possibility is to start, whoops. Another possibility is to start up here and add another layer over here, so that you have this part of the frames free, so that you can add some decoration over here. Or if you just think this is too small down here, then you might want to do it like that. But I'm just gonna go with the design I had second, like this. Yep. And over here I'm thinking of making the same thing, so some corner stairs. Kind of don't want to connect these to one another completely, so I'm just gonna leave it like this, and two slabs like this here. So you see this part is actually bigger or broader, more blocks are used here, but this part is half a block higher, and this kind of brings in some nice sort of balance. Okay, and we need something for over here as well, and since I made it on this side like that, I'm just gonna start it the same way over here, and now I'm just gonna get rid of some of these blocks like here, and I'm gonna do the same thing like this. Okay, so what else do we need? Oh yeah, in front of here. So I was thinking of making a chimney here in the last episode, and I'm gonna stick to that idea, but I'm not too sure how to build the chimney yet. Or do I want to place it there, or do I want to place it one block more to the middle? If I place it one block more to the middle, it would be completely centralized, so I don't want to do that. So this is just gonna be for me to to support my thoughts in this case. I'm not gonna build the whole chimney now, and I might want to change it later. It's just to support me when building this roof over here. And since this is a bigger surface over here, which will be covered with the roof, I'm not gonna do it like this, or otherwise I'm gonna end up over here, and this will just absolutely look ridiculous. So I'm gonna go with the same kind of structure like over here. So I'm gonna start with top slabs, and I think I'm gonna go up until this point, just to make this thing once again look a little bit more asymmetrical. And now I'm just gonna add one layer here, and another layer over here, and that's it. Okay, so I think this is coming together nicely. And one thing I'm just gonna do now is to fly around the building and take a look at all the different parts of the roof, and if they're too plain, I'm just gonna have to do something about it. For example, this one. This is too big of a surface to leave it like that. We have a little bit of variation here on this side. We have nothing here, which is gonna be something else I have to do. This is, I think it's okay. I could add something here, like a small chimney, but for the moment it's enough. Just like this part over here, this is pretty nice because all the roofs are connecting to it, so it's not really too plain. But these two parts we have to do something about it. So I'm just gonna add something over here, which is gonna be a window kind of thingy. I'm just trying to figure out if I made it like this. It might be too big. If I made it 3 blocks wide, this won't be too big. I'm just gonna try it. So I'm not too sure. Let's try this. Don't say you're gonna try it. Try it. So the thing I'm always struggling with is I want to make I don't want to make those extensions too big, but on the same time, on the same side, I don't want to make always those 1 block wide windows, because they are kind of too small. But the uneven numbers, so yeah, the 2 block wide windows, they in my opinion, they look really strange, especially when you are building always building with those uneven numbers when you use them all the time. So I'm just gonna replace those down here to make this look a little bit more interesting with slabs like this, but I think that's good enough. So, and once again we have now kind of an unbalanced feeling of these 2 parts of the roof, which is in my opinion good. And as you can see, these are on different layers, so it's not like one straight line to the back. So I'm talking about those 2 roof endings here, so the middle of the roofs, so this one and this smaller one down here. I prefer this to have a difference in those 2 blocks, rather than having like a straight line through and having the middle of the window here. So yeah. Something could be done here, but it's not too important. And here's gonna happen something as well. And I'm thinking of placing a smaller window here, just like this. And like that. Okay. Yeah, so this way, this part of the roof is a little bit more detailed. There are more details in here, and a little bit less plain surface is being shown. And we can still see some frames here. So this is kind of what I always try to do. So on this side, we have a part of the roof, then with a gap in between of it, another part of the roof. So it's clearly shown that there are 2 different roofs here. Then we have a part where we can see the frames, which is also important, and then we have the regular roof continuing here. So this is always some kind of structure I'm trying to achieve. And we will have to see what we are going to do about the chimney. But so far, I think that's about it, what I'm going to do to the roof so far. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you found interest in the ways of me building it. I've got a pretty good feedback for the last video, which was the frames. And in the next video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about the walls. And in the 4th, probably, video, I'm just going to add some decoration to it to make some more details. So, yeah, with that, there's nothing left to say for me. But after Net 64, and as always, please rate, comment, subscribe, join the crew, become a mate today. Do as you want. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.